And the topic today that I want to talk about is the term, the golden age of Islam. Have you ever heard that term before? How many of you have heard it before? Golden age of Islam. Some of you did, some of you have been versed, but I think you should be hearing it or should know what that is. Especially, you have multiple, actually, President Obama have said it multiple times throughout his, his presidency, and he said it in speeches. He said it in front of the UN at least a couple of times, mentioning, golden age of Islam. And it was the one of the deciding, factors of his help to the Islamic world and actually the Arab Spring and so forth. And his idea that he mentioned multiple times is that Islam in itself is a very beautiful religion, as he says, and also it is a great movement, that Islam ushered in a golden age where things were going very good for Muslim nations for many, many years. And it is because of the United States of America and because of the West and the colonization, Muslim countries are in a bad place right now. And one of the things is, if we liberate the Muslim nations again, and this is idea, then Muslim nations will usher in the golden age of Islam again. This is one of his motivation in many of his policies in the Middle East and so forth. And this is echoing a lot of Muslim, operatives and activists, and actually in Islam in general, within the communities, that they always look at that. They always look at, and I mentioned some of it in my book as well, that they look at the golden age. So what is the golden age of Islam? The golden age of Islam is referring to a time where the Muslim nation or the Muslim nations were all united under one leader, which is called the Caliph, or, the king of all Islam altogether. And they were all, also controlling a vast amount of land that extended from Asia Minor and even all the way to parts of Russia, current day Russia, and controlling that area of Asia Minor, and then controlling the Middle East, and then controlling Northern Africa, and also controlling parts of Europe, all the way to the borders of France. And all of this vast land was controlled by one leader that, many of you think it was the Ottoman Empire, but actually before that, there was different kind of dynasties within the Islam. Sometimes it was governed from Iraq, sometimes it was governed from Syria, at times it was governed from Egypt, and at the end, towards the last 600 or 700 years of the Islamic Empire, it was controlled from Turkey, which is what all of you actually aware of as the Ottoman Empire. And that was, ended in 1920, but the golden age is not the 1920s, a little bit of a few hundred years before that.